Paisley stared at her phone screen in disbelief, the viral blog post glaring back at her like a betrayal etched in digital ink. Her aunt, the family matriarch everyone revered, had published Paisley's coming-out story online without a single word of warning, turning her private confession into public fodder. As notifications flooded in, shocked texts from relatives, hateful comments from strangers, Paisley felt her world shatter, wondering if the love she shared with Penelope could survive the storm her own blood had unleashed. Paisley slammed her laptop shut, her heart pounding as if it might burst from her chest. How could Aunt Evelyn do this? The woman who had raised her after her parents' accident. The one Paisley trusted with her deepest secret just weeks ago. I thought sharing it with you would help me find the courage, Paisley whispered to herself, replaying the tearful conversation in her mind. But now, that intimate moment was splashed across the internet, titled My Niece's Brave Journey, Embracing Her True Self. Brave? It felt like violation. Penelope's name wasn't mentioned, thank God, but the details were enough. Hints of a forbidden romance in conservative Boston suburbs, the struggle against family expectations. Paisley's phone buzzed again, a message from her cousin. Is this for real? Grandma's freaking out. She ignored it, curling up on her bed, the weight of exposure pressing down like an invisible hand. Why hadn't Evelyn asked? Was it pride, or something darker? Using Paisley's pain to boost her own blog's traffic? The aunt who preached family loyalty had just sold her out. Across town, Penelope paced her small apartment, her fingers trembling as she scrolled through the post. She hadn't seen it coming either. Paisley had only confided in Evelyn to test the waters before telling the rest of the family. This changes everything, Penelope thought, her mind racing with worst-case scenarios. What if Paisley's family connected the dots to her? Penelope's own parents were liberal New York transplants, but Paisley's clan was old-school Irish Catholic, church every Sunday, no room for deviations. Penelope grabbed her keys, deciding she couldn't wait for Paisley to call. Driving through the rainy Boston streets, she replayed their first kiss in her head. That stolen moment in the college library where everything clicked. But now doubt crept in. Was loving Paisley worth the fallout? By the time she knocked on Paisley's door, her resolve hardened. We face this together, she murmured to herself, but deep down, fear gnawed at her. What if Paisley blamed her for pushing too hard? Paisley opened the door, her eyes red-rimmed, and pulled Penelope inside without a word. They collapsed onto the couch, arms entwined, the silence thick with unspoken accusations. She didn't even change the details, Paisley finally said, her voice breaking. The part about sneaking around, feeling ashamed, it's all there. Penelope nodded, stroking Paisley's hair, but her mind wandered to her own secrets. She hadn't told Paisley yet about her ex, the one who'd outed her in high school, leading to years of therapy. This is my nightmare all over again, Penelope thought, but she pushed it down, focusing on Paisley. We can demand she take it down, Penelope suggested, her tone firm. But Paisley shook her head. It's already shared thousands of times. And what if she refuses? She's the supportive one now, getting praise from strangers for being progressive. The irony burned. Evelyn, who once lectured Paisley on traditional values, now positioned herself as an ally. Paisley's inner turmoil surged. Part of her wanted to confront Evelyn, scream about the betrayal, but another part feared losing the only parental figure left. Am I strong enough to cut her off? She wondered, the decision looming like a guillotine. The next morning, Paisley's phone rang. Her grandmother, voice quivering with disapproval. Is this true, child? Your aunt says you're confused. Paisley gripped the receiver, her stomach twisting. Confused? No, she was certain about Penelope, about the way her heart steadied in her presence. But explaining that to a woman who believed love meant marriage and kids felt impossible. It's not confusion, Nana. It's who I am. The line went silent, then a sigh. Come to dinner tonight. We need to talk as a family. Paisley hung up, dread pooling in her veins. Family dinner meant Evelyn would be there, smug in her self-appointed role as savior. Penelope, overhearing, squeezed her hand. I'll come with you. But Paisley hesitated. Bringing Penelope would force everything into the open, risking outright rejection. What if they hate you? Hate us? Paisley's mind spiraled. Was protecting their love worth alienating her blood? Or was hiding it just prolonging the inevitable pain? At the family home in Quincy, the air was thick with tension as Paisley arrived alone, deciding to shield Penelope for now. Evelyn greeted her with a hug that felt like chains. "I did it for you, dear. To show you're not alone." Paisley's rage bubbled. "You did it without asking. My story, my choice." Evelyn's eyes widened, feigning surprise. "But I anonymized it mostly. And look, the comments are supportive." Supportive? Paisley had seen the hate mail, the trolls calling her a sinner. Her cousins avoided eye contact, whispering in corners, while her uncle cleared his throat. Evelyn meant well, but this is unnatural. The word stung, echoing the sermons Paisley endured as a kid. Inside, she screamed, "Why can't love just be love?" But outwardly, she stayed composed, defending herself with facts about acceptance, about how denying her truth had led to years of depression. Evelyn countered, "I exposed it to help others like a public service." Public service? It was exploitation, turning Paisley's vulnerability into content. As arguments escalated, Paisley realized the depth of the rift. Evelyn's help was control, masked as kindness. Penelope waited anxiously at home, checking her phone every minute. When Paisley finally texted, "It's bad. Coming over," Penelope's heart sank. She prepared tea, rehearsing words of comfort, but her own doubts surfaced. What if this destroys us? She thought, remembering how her last relationship crumbled under similar pressure. Paisley burst in tears, streaming, "They want me to pray it away. Evelyn acts like a hero." Penelope held her, but tension simmered. Why hadn't Paisley brought her? Was she ashamed? "You should have let me stand with you," Penelope said softly, masking her hurt. Paisley pulled back. "I was protecting you." But the accusation hung, planting seeds of resentment. In that moment, Penelope wondered if their love was resilient enough, or if societal cracks would widen into chasms. The following days blurred into a haze of avoidance and confrontation. Paisley ignored Evelyn's calls, focusing on work at the bookstore, where customers now whispered about that viral niece. Her boss, sympathetic, offered time off, but Paisley refused. Idleness would amplify her inner chaos. Why did I trust her? She berated herself daily, dissecting every past interaction with Evelyn, the aunt who baked cookies and attended school plays, but also the one who disapproved of modern lifestyles. Meanwhile, Penelope fielded questions from friends. Is that post about Paisley? Denying it felt like lying to herself. She confided in her therapist, admitting the fear of being dragged into the spotlight again. I love her, but this exposure, it's triggering. The therapist urged communication, but Penelope hesitated. What if Paisley saw her as weak? One evening, Paisley confronted Evelyn at her house, the confrontation she dreaded. Take it down. Now. Evelyn sighed dramatically. It's helping people, Paisley. Think beyond yourself. Beyond herself? Paisley's fists clenched. You stole my agency. This isn't support. It's betrayal. Evelyn's facade cracked, revealing defensiveness. I raised you. I deserve to share our story. Our story? It was Paisley's alone. The argument devolved into shouts, Evelyn accusing Paisley of ingratitude, Paisley retorting with years of suppressed anger. Leaving, Paisley felt liberated yet hollow. The price of truth was severing ties. Penelope, sensing the shift, pushed for honesty. Tell me about her. Over dinner, Paisley opened up, but omitted details that might worry Penelope. Little did she know, Penelope had started reading the comments herself, absorbing the vitriol. We're stronger together, Penelope insisted, but inwardly, she questioned if the relationship was worth the emotional toll. As the posts gained more traction, media outlets reached out, turning private pain public. Paisley declined interviews, but Evelyn accepted one, portraying herself as the enlightened guardian. Watching the clip, Paisley seethed. She's profiting off my life. The betrayal deepened, forcing Paisley to choose. Forgive for family's sake, or cut ties for self-preservation. Paisley's decision crystallized in a sleepless night, her mind a battlefield of loyalty versus self-respect. Forgiving Evelyn meant swallowing the humiliation, pretending the exposure hadn't scarred her. But cutting ties? That meant orphaning herself again. echoing the loss of her parents. Family is all I have, she thought. But was this family worth keeping? Penelope's gentle breathing beside her offered solace. Yet even that felt fragile now. The next day, Paisley drafted an email to Evelyn. Your actions hurt me deeply. I need space. Sending it felt like ripping off a bandage, painful but necessary. Responses flooded in from relatives, some supportive, others accusatory. You're tearing us apart. Tearing them apart? Evelyn had lit the fuse. Penelope watched Paisley withdraw, her own insecurities mounting. Talk to me, she pleaded one afternoon in the park, their usual sanctuary now tainted by paranoia of prying eyes. Paisley confessed, I feel exposed like everyone knows. Penelope nodded, but her mind flashed to her high school trauma. The bullying, the isolation. I get it. But hiding won't help. Their conversation turned tense when Paisley suggested pausing their relationship publicly, just until things calm. Penelope's heart dropped. Pausing? That's regressing. Was Paisley ashamed? The question lingered unspoken, breeding mistrust. Penelope stormed off thinking, if she can't fight for us, what's the point? Alone, Paisley regretted her words. Pausing wasn't what she wanted. It was fear talking. She called her best friend Mia for advice. Evelyn crossed a line, but family forgives, right? Mia, openly queer, scoffed. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. Demand accountability. Inspired, Paisley researched online forums, reading stories of similar outings. Heartbreaking tales of rejection and resilience. One post struck her. Betrayal from within hurts most because it's unexpected. Yes, that was it. Evelyn's support was conditional, tied to her narrative control. Meanwhile, Penelope met with her parents seeking clarity. Paisley's aunt outed her. It's messy. Her mom hugged her. Love her through it, but protect yourself. Wise words, but Penelope felt torn. Protecting herself might mean pulling away. Returning home, she found Paisley researching lawyers. For what? To sue Evelyn for privacy invasion. Penelope's eyes widened. That's extreme. Paisley defended. She published without consent. It's defamation. The debate ignited. Penelope argued family bonds over legal battles, while Paisley saw it as justice. She's my aunt, but she treated me like a story prop. The clash revealed cracks. Penelope's caution stemmed from past scars, Paisley's aggression from fresh wounds. The lawsuit idea simmered as Paisley attended a support group for LGBTQ+ youth, her first step toward community. Sharing her story anonymously, she felt validated. My aunt thought she was helping, but she stole my voice. Nods around the room empowered her. One member, a trans woman named Alex, shared, family acceptance isn't owed, it's earned. Paisley absorbed it, realizing her dependence on Evelyn had blinded her to toxicity. Penelope, feeling sidelined, confided in a coworker. Paisley's pushing everyone away, including me. The coworker suggested space. Sometimes love needs breathing room. Penelope resisted, but doubt crept in. Was their relationship a casualty of this drama? Evelyn, sensing the rift, reached out via text. Let's talk. I didn't mean harm. Paisley ignored it, but curiosity gnawed. What if Evelyn apologized genuinely? Against better judgment, she agreed to meet at a neutral cafe. Evelyn arrived teary-eyed. I was wrong. I got carried away with the blog. Paisley searched her face for sincerity. Carried away? You exposed my life, Evelyn admitted. I wanted to be the hero, to show I'm evolving. Evolving at Paisley's expense. The confession mixed relief with anger. Evelyn's motives were selfish, not malicious. Take it down, Paisley demanded. Evelyn nodded, promising to delete it. But as she left, Paisley wondered. Was redemption possible, or was trust irreparably broken? Penelope awaited Paisley's return, anxiety peaking. How'd it go? Paisley recounted, ending with, she'll remove it. Penelope exhaled, but tension lingered. And us? Are we okay? Paisley hesitated, then kissed her. We will be. But inwardly, both harbored fears. The betrayal had infected their bond. As the posts came down, backlash shifted. Supporters accused Evelyn of backpedaling, while family gossiped about Paisley's overreaction. Paisley fielded calls defending her boundaries. "It's my story to tell." Strength grew from the ordeal, but so did isolation. Penelope suggested therapy together to rebuild. Paisley agreed, seeing it as a lifeline. Their first session unearthed buried resentments. Paisley's fear of abandonment, Penelope's trauma triggers. The therapist noted, betrayal ripples outward. Working through it, they recommitted, but the path felt arduous. Weeks later, a family gathering loomed. Thanksgiving. Paisley debated attending. "If I go, it's on my terms with you." Penelope smiled, but worried about confrontation. Arriving hand in hand, they faced stares. Evelyn approached cautiously. "I'm sorry, truly." Paisley nodded curtly. Actions matter more. Dinner was awkward, uncles muttering about lifestyles, but Paisley spoke up. "Love isn't a debate." Her grandmother, surprisingly, squeezed her hand. "I don't understand, but I love you." A small victory amid tension. Yet as they left, Penelope whispered, "Was it worth it?" Paisley pondered. The exposure had forced growth, but at what cost? Relationships strained, trust fractured. The holiday aftermath brought uneasy peace, but undercurrents of resentment persisted. Paisley returned to work, noticing colleagues' pitying glances, whispers of the girl from that viral post. It fueled her determination to reclaim her narrative. She started a private journal, pouring out emotions. "Evelyn's betrayal taught me self-reliance, but it stole my innocence." Penelope read snippets, moved by Paisley's depth. "You're stronger than you know," she said, but her own journal entries revealed growing fatigue. "Supporting her is exhausting. When do I get to heal?" A surprise came when a local LGBTQ+ organization contacted Paisley, inspired by the remnants of the post. "Share your story on your terms?" The offer tempted her. Turn pain into purpose. But Penelope cautioned, "Don't rush. We've been through enough." Paisley snapped, "This is my chance to own it." The argument escalated, Penelope accusing her of recklessness, Paisley retorting with defensiveness. "You don't get it, you weren't outed." Hurt, Penelope left for a walk thinking, maybe I don't fit in her world anymore. Reconciliation came slowly. Paisley apologized, admitting fear drove her. "I don't want to lose you." Penelope confessed her vulnerabilities. "Your pain triggers mine." They vowed transparency, but seeds of doubt sprouted. Evelyn, seeking atonement, donated to queer charities in Paisley's name. "A start," she texted. Paisley replied coolly, "It's something." Family dynamics shifted. Cousins reached out supportively, uncles remained distant. Paisley's grandmother called weekly, awkward but earnest attempts at understanding. "Tell me about Penelope." Paisley shared cautiously, warming to the progress. Yet society's sting lingered. Online trolls lingered, sending anonymous hate. Paisley blocked them, but each message chipped at her resolve. "Why fight when the world hates us?" she confided in Penelope. "Because love is worth it," Penelope replied, though her conviction wavered. A pivotal moment arrived when Paisley discovered Evelyn's blog history. Posts subtly criticizing alternative lifestyles years ago. Hypocrisy unveiled. Evelyn's evolution was performative. Confronting her again, Paisley demanded truth. "Was it ever about me?" Evelyn broke down. "I was scared for you, then used it to virtue signal." The admission shattered illusions. Evelyn's actions stemmed from internal conflict, projecting onto Paisley. This revelation prompted Paisley to decline the organization's offer. "I need time for me." Penelope supported, relieved. Their relationship deepened through shared therapy, exploring Malfwan Dao Duk. Was forgiveness obligatory? They concluded no. Boundaries were self-care. As winter set in, Paisley and Penelope planned a getaway, escaping Boston's judgment. In a cozy Vermont cabin they reflected. "We've survived betrayal," Paisley said. Penelope nodded, but inwardly questioned longevity. What if more storms come? Back home, a family crisis tested them. Paisley's cousin came out as gay, crediting Paisley's story for courage. Evelyn admitted her role in sparking it. Paisley felt conflicted. Her pain inadvertently helped another. The price was too high, she thought. Penelope encouraged outreach. Guide him. Paisley did, offering advice born from scars. The act healed her slightly, turning victim to mentor. But tension resurfaced when Penelope received a job offer in California. A fresh start. Paisley panicked. Leaving meant abandoning family progress. We can visit. But Paisley saw it as escape. From me. The debate raged. Stay and fight societal norms, or flee for peace. Penelope's decision weighed heavy. I love you, but I need stability. Paisley felt abandoned, echoing Evelyn's betrayal. Everyone leaves. Penelope countered. It's not leaving you, it's building us. They compromised. Penelope deferred the offer, giving time. But the seed of sacrifice grew, whose dreams took precedence. Months passed, high school reunions bringing old friends questions. Heard about your aunt's post. Paisley owned it. It was tough, but I'm out and proud. Confidence bloomed, but at night, doubts plagued her. Had Evelyn's action ultimately empowered or destroyed? Penelope, thriving in her career, pushed for marriage talks. Legal protection. Paisley hesitated. Family backlash loomed. Nana's coming around, but others. The mouth one tore at her. Personal happiness versus familial harmony. A breakthrough. Evelyn hosted a family meeting, apologizing publicly. I was wrong. Tears flowed, forgiveness tentative. Paisley accepted warily, realizing growth required pain. Yet, as harmony restored, Penelope confided a secret. She'd been talking to her ex for support. Just friends. Paisley felt betrayed anew. After everything? Penelope explained. You were distant. The revelation sparked fury. Trust fractured again. They argued fiercely, accusations flying. You're punishing me for your aunt's sins. Penelope shouted. Paisley retorted. You're seeking comfort elsewhere. The fight exposed raw wounds. Paisley's abandonment issues, Penelope's need for external validation. In the aftermath, they separated briefly, each reflecting. Paisley realized her reactions stemmed from unhealed trauma. Penelope acknowledged crossing lines. Reuniting, they recommitted with conditions. More communication, no secrets. But the damage lingered, making every decision a minefield. The separation's echo haunted their days. A constant reminder of fragility. Paisley threw herself into advocacy, volunteering at the support group. Your story inspires, Alex told her. Paisley shared selectively, focusing on resilience. Betrayal forces choices, who we become after. Internally, she wrestled. Had she become bitter, or wiser? Penelope pursued therapy solo, unpacking her triggers. I leaned on my ex because I felt alone in our fight. Guilt weighed her. Had she sabotaged them? Returning to Paisley, she vowed, no more outsides. Paisley nodded, but suspicion simmered. Prove it. Family integration progressed slowly. At a barbecue, Penelope met everyone formally. Evelyn was polite, but uncles grumbled. Paisley's grandmother engaged Penelope. You make her happy? I try. A subtle approval, but enough to spark hope. Society's pressure intensified with a local election. Anti-LGBTQ+ policies proposed. Paisley rallied, speaking at town halls. Visibility saves lives. Penelope joined, their united front strengthening bonds. But backlash came. Vandalism on Paisley's car, slurs etched in paint. Freaks. Paisley crumbled, questioning the fight. Is change worth the hate? Penelope held her. Yes, for us. Evelyn, guilt-ridden, publicly denounced the policies on her blog. Learning from my mistakes. Paisley read it skeptically. Was it genuine? A call confirmed. I'm trying to make amends. Paisley softened slightly. Keep trying. As activism consumed them, personal life suffered. Dates became rare, intimacy emotional rather than physical. Penelope missed the spark. We're activists, not lovers anymore. Paisley dismissed it. Survival first. The disconnect grew, leading to another clash. Choose us over the cause. Penelope demanded. Paisley retorted. The cause is us. Compromise balance. They scheduled us time, rekindling romance. But external forces persisted. A journalist dug up the old post, interviewing Evelyn. She regrets it now. Paisley fumed. Still profiting? Confronting Evelyn, she learned it was unsolicited. I downplayed my role. Trust teetered again. Penelope's job offer resurfaced, promotion attached. California calls. Paisley panicked. Now? Penelope explained. Opportunity knocks. The decision forced a ultimatum. Move together or part ways. Paisley weighed. Leave family healing or lose love. I'll go, she decided, sacrificing roots for future. Packing evoked mixed emotions. Goodbye, Boston, Paisley whispered, hugging her grandmother. Visit often. Evelyn offered a tearful apology. I pushed you away, now life's doing it. Paisley replied. Your push made me strong. In California, new beginnings awaited. Sunny skies contrasted Boston's gloom, but adjustments strained. Paisley missed family, Penelope thrived at work. Roles reversed. Paisley felt isolated, Penelope empowered. Roles swap. Paisley thought bitterly. A call from home. Cousin thriving, thanks to Paisley's example. Pride swelled, validating sacrifices. Yet distance bred issues. Penelope worked late. Paisley suspected foul play. Your ex lives here? Paranoia peaked. Penelope denied. Trust me. But Paisley's scars ran deep. A therapy breakthrough. Betrayal cycles and less broken. They worked diligently rebuilding. Social circles expanded. Queer friends in LA offered community. Paisley blogged anonymously, controlling her narrative. From outed to outspoken. Evelyn visited. Bridges mending. Proud of you. Paisley accepted. Forgiveness earned. But a twist. Penelope confessed emotional affair with coworker. Not physical but wrong. Paisley shattered. After all, Penelope begged. Stress broke me. The betrayal mirrored Evelyn's, trust violated. Paisley faced the ultimate choice. Forgive and stay, or leave and heal alone. Days of solitude followed, inner monologue raging. Love demands sacrifice, but how much? Deciding to stay, conditions strict. No more lies. Penelope agreed, atonement beginning. Years later, stability returned, but scars remained. They married quietly, family attending virtually. Joy mixed with reflection. Was the pain worth the gain? Paisley's mind often wandered to the starting point. Evelyn's post. Catalyst for change, or unnecessary torment. The wedding's afterglow faded into routine, but underlying tensions resurfaced during holidays. Visiting Boston, Paisley noticed Evelyn's subtle digs. California changed you. Penelope bristled, defending. Change is growth. Family dinners turned battlegrounds, old prejudices bubbling. Paisley's uncle quipped, still with that lifestyle? Paisley fired back. It's life, not style. The confrontation exhausted her, questioning the move's wisdom. Did I trade one prison for another? Penelope sensed Paisley's regret. We can move back. But Paisley refused. No retreating. Inwardly, she doubted. The West Coast's freedom came with loneliness, away from roots. A professional opportunity for Paisley arose. Writing a book on outings impacts. Your story could help thousands. Tempted, she consulted Penelope. Do it, but protect us. Paisley agreed, but writing unearthed buried pain, nights of tears. Reliving betrayal hurts. Penelope supported, but felt sidelined again. Evelyn, hearing of the book, offered input. My perspective. Paisley laughed bitterly. You caused it. Rejection stung Evelyn, prompting reflection. She started therapy, admitting narcissism. As the book progressed, Paisley interviewed others. Stories of family rejection, societal shunning. Parallels to her life deepened empathy, but amplified guilt. My pain pales compared to some. Penelope's co-worker affair lingered like a ghost. Trust rebuilt slowly, but Paisley checked phones secretly. Am I becoming paranoid? Self-doubt consumed her. A crisis hit. Penelope's health scare, a lump discovered. Fear united them, tests negative, but the ordeal highlighted fragility. We almost lost everything. Paisley thought, vowing presence. Post-scare, they adopted a dog, symbolizing commitment. Life stabilized, book published to acclaim. Reviews praised raw honesty. Exposes family betrayal's toll. Evelyn read it, calling tearfully. I see my wrongs now. Genuine remorse? Paisley tested. Prove it, advocate publicly. Evelyn did, speaking at events. Family acceptance grew. Grandmother attended pride events. For you. Paisley felt vindicated, but pondered the cost. Years of strife. Penelope and Paisley considered kids, but societal hurdles loomed. Adoption biases against same-sex couples. Fight another battle? Paisley wavered. A betrayal echo. Paisley's publisher leaked unedited drafts, exposing personal details. Fury reignited. Again? Lawsuit ensued, winning settlement. Control your narrative, the lesson reinforced. Through it all, their love endured, tempered by trials. Paisley reflected. Actions have consequences, but forgiveness heals. Or does it enable? In quiet moments, Paisley questioned the journey's ethics. Was Evelyn's initial act unforgivable, or a misguided push toward authenticity? The story closes with Paisley and Penelope on a beach, watching waves. We've paid dearly, Paisley said. Penelope nodded. But we're here. Yet the final query lingers. Was exposing a loved one's secret ever justifiable if it leads to broader acceptance? Or is it always an irredeemable violation of trust?